Got my inside. Good morning, everyone. If you could start to take your seat, we're going to get started in just a minute. Thank you. All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm Melinda Sowers, the Program Director of the Southeast Region of Canine Companions for Independence, and it's my pleasure to welcome you this morning, both those of you who are here as well as those who are watching on the live stream. Thank you for sharing your time with us today as we celebrate the success of our first American Sign Language interpreted class here at our region, and welcome 4 new members to the Canine Companions family. As we begin our ceremony, I want to be the first to offer my congratulations to the August Hearing Dog Team Training graduating class and to the 4 selfless puppy raisers who so generously gave their love, time, and care to these dogs and laid the foundation that led them to become a successful hearing dog. Today is a big day, one that our graduates and puppy raisers have been waiting for, and a day that culminates a simultaneous process that involves both people and dogs. To give you a little more insight into the journey that led to this day, please enjoy this video from puppy to assistance dog.
Canine Companions for Independence is a nonprofit that provides highly trained assistance dogs free of charge to people with disabilities. At their national headquarters in Santa Rosa, California, the work starts before puppies are even born. They work hard to meticulously select and pair dogs for breeding. Litters are then raised in homes with volunteers. At the same time, a request for an application is submitted online. As the applicant's paperwork is being filled out and sent, the quickly growing 8-week-old pups are placed with volunteer puppy raisers where they will be cared for and learn basic socialization and obedience skills. Before applicants are accepted to receive a dog, they go through a multi-step interview process, including a phone interview, medical paperwork, and an in-person interview. Accepted applicants are put on a wait list until they are invited to a team training class to be matched with an assistance dog. When the dogs are fully grown, they leave their puppy raisers and return to Canine Companions to work with skilled professional trainers to learn advanced commands and tasks. Then comes the day when the person and dog meet for the first time. Here at Team Training, the newly matched team learn to work together and training continues until they graduate as new partners. Canine Companions will continue to follow up with the pair for the lifetime of the placement, serving as a support system for the team. Canine Companions for Independence has been providing assistance dogs to people with disabilities free of charge since 1975.
At Canine Companions, we have a set of core values that guide us each and every day. These values really come to life during team training. All around campus, compassionate service can be witnessed as volunteers bring lunch, dogs get bathed, personalized blankets and cookies are shared, students help each other in class, and staff support each other. These students strove for excellence as they took feedback from Mary and put that into action to be the best handlers they could be. And our exceptional dogs received the highest standard of training and care so that they were prepared to be the perfect match, hearing dog match, for the 4 exceptional people who are graduating today. And the one thing that ties it all together is teamwork, which is abundant, as so many people, volunteers, donors, and staff, come together to make this day a reality. And all of your efforts collectively leads us to this day. The moment when your work turns into one more job for a dog, giving independence, companionship, and hope. I have had the pleasure of spending some time with our newest graduates over the last 2 weeks, and they are fun, positive, and hardworking group. I have enjoyed watching their confidence and excitement for what the future holds build with each passing day. Even yesterday at the mall, they were hugging each other and sharing high fives after they found out they had passed their test. There might have been even some really good dance moves going on in the mall. Those will remain nameless that did that. So I'm excited for each of you as you leave here today and start this new chapter in your lives. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to two of our newest graduates who will share with you a little bit about their journey and experience. Please welcome Jay, who will be sharing thoughts verbally, and Kate, who will be signing for him.
Good morning. Like they said earlier, this class was different because it was the first class in this region that's been done with ASL and English. So what we wanted to do, instead of having one class speaker, we wanted to do in both of our primary languages. So Kate actually wrote the speech, so I'm going to verbalize her thoughts as she also follows along in sign language. So, Kate. Good morning. We stand in front of you today as two humans to share a brief story of four unique people. Our backgrounds are different. Some of us speak. Some of us communicate solely in ASL and written English. Some of us use assistive technology like hearing aids or cochlear implants, while some of our ears are, well, naked. But at the end of the day, we are also very much alike. We are all deaf. We are each one small part of a beautifully diverse community. We have many shared experiences, and that is what led each of us here with a common goal. But before we comment more about that, let's consider some scenarios. Have you ever been the only person in a hotel after a fire alarm evacuation because you had no idea that the alarm was going off? Missed a flight because you couldn't hear the announcement for a gate change? Been grabbed by someone from behind because they were yelling to get your attention and you had no clue? Been told, no way, you're not actually deaf. You're faking it because you speak too well for a deaf person. Our guess is that maybe none of you have experienced any of these particular scenarios, but we are certain you've been in a situation where you just needed a little help. And ultimately, that's the goal that led the four of us here to Canine Companions for Independence. Our individual versions of needing some help, like gaining more independence, being less reliant on the hearing people in our lives, making the transition to adulthood, having more access to information about our environment, and being freed from the exhaustion and pain of wearing cochlear implants and gaining an increased awareness of our surroundings. There's a phrase that Mary mentioned to us a few times during team training. She said, "You have lived without a hearing dog for this long," and that's true. But in this moment, it's hard to look back and imagine our lives without our furry new companions. The bonds we have started to make here have already been life-changing, and we are eager to begin our new normal back at home. So thank you, each one of you, for the incredible gift you've made possible for the four of us. Now we especially want to thank some specific people. Our dogs volunteer puppy raisers: Karen, Margaret, Valley, Steve, Dee, and Lee. Melinda and Adele, and all the trainers here at Canine Companions for Independence. Linda and Scott, who took care of us in the dorm. The many volunteers who provided delicious lunches for us during team training. All of the donors who contribute to Canine Companions for Independence. And of course, Mary, for being our teacher, our guide, our cheerleader, and our advocate these past 2 weeks. We hope you know that our words and signs are not enough to express our deepest appreciation to you. Thank you.
They always make me follow the part that makes me cry. Whew, okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome again from me to our August 2019 Hearing Dog Team Training class graduation. I'd like to thank you guys for being here in person and on the live stream. And I'd like to open our ceremony with a quote from the poet Mary Oliver, shared by our student Kate. It is titled Instructions for Living a Life. Pay attention, be astonished, tell about it. This quote embodies what we do here at Canine Companions. Every day we have the chance to be astonished by what these dogs do, and here we are telling our stories. This class was a first for our region, which you've already heard about. While we've been here holding team training hearing dog classes for several years now, we'd never held a strictly American Sign Language interpreted class. I've been very unsure and anxious leading up to this class. How would it go? How would the students come together? How would I be able to communicate fully what I needed to get across? But here we are, we made it. And up until now, applicants who wanted a hearing dog, who used American Sign Language, would have to travel to Santa Rosa, California to receive their dog, no matter where or what part of the country they lived. In order to best serve our applicants and help bring down the waiting time, the decision was made to expand the ASL interpreted classes to this region. And I have to say, for this first class, we hit it out of the park. These 4 students have literally come from all over the country, and they can tell you as better as I can that they have formed bonds that they will never forget, not only with their new companion, but also with their fellow classmates. We've had a lot of fun and shared many laughs through the 2 weeks, something that always makes a team training class go well. I must give a special shout out to our 2 interpreters who have bridged the gap between oral communication and silence these 2 weeks. Betty and Tori. Both women swapped out throughout the day and worked hard to ensure that the students were able to get the critical information needed to become a confident Canine Companions graduate. Just as in oral communication, each region has their own dialects and accents in ASL. My students are laughing. For me, a person who has a very limited understanding of ASL, it was fun and interesting to watch both of these ladies as students would pass on regional flair or different signs for the words that they were interpreting, because both ladies would get so excited to learn a new way to sign a word. I'm grateful to both of you. I thank you for your time and talents. It's been such a fun week. 2 weeks. Time flies. And last, many thanks go out to all of my coworkers who helped make sure that all ran smoothly when I needed the help behind the scenes. From having dogs bathed and ready to go each day for class, to getting health checks to ensure they're in the best health, and all the way to making sure that our students always felt welcome on campus, I thank you. To all of you who support our mission, my eternal gratitude to all of you, because without you, we would not be able to be here doing what we do, changing lives, and making miracles happen. So let's get on to the best part and do the passing of the leash. Jay, can you please come up? He has to be first. It's alphabetical order. Margaret, sit, stay. Jay is a Florida boy and had the shortest commute to class. I had the pleasure of meeting him last year when he came to the center to do his in-person interview. Right away, when I met him, I knew Jay was going to be a fun addition to class. He's got a great sense of humor, listens and takes direction well, and wants to make sure he's doing a great job for his dog. Jay realized it was time to apply for a dog when a hurricane crossed Florida several years ago, cutting off power and preventing him from being able to charge his cochlear implant batteries, rendering him completely deaf at a time where someone needs all of their senses. Once a bull rider, Jay is no stranger to animals. However, being quite a tall man, he was somewhat concerned that he may be placed with a petite dog and overwhelm said dog. But no fear, he's been placed with Grappa, who won't take his eyes off of Jay right now. He's the tallest and longest dog in this class. Grappa was raised by volunteer puppy raiser Margaret Nixon of Orlando, and she is here to present him today. You sit. Melinda, can you come up, please? Not you. You. Melinda wins the Most Travel Award as she crossed the country all the way from Arizona with her mom, Sharon. Melinda, who will graduate in May with her BA in secondary education, will be a high school teacher, and she looks forward to having her new dog by her side in the classroom, not only to break the ice between her and her new students, but also to alert her if a student is calling her name, something which she misses quite often. Her mom and I shared a moment when we agreed there's nothing as a mother we want more for our children than to be successful, happy and confident, and that's exactly what her new dog will do for her. Melinda has been placed with Forbes the Fourth. Since finding out she was matched with him, Melinda has been tickled. She calls him Spider-Man because he has two personalities. He can be serious and focused when working, and he can be silly and goofy when it's time to let loose. Forbes was raised in our Northeast region by volunteer puppy raiser Karen Clark. Unfortunately, Karen could not be with us today, so presenting on her behalf is volunteer puppy raiser and team training lunch provider Risa Allison. Go back to your mom. Linda, please come to the front. Linda and her husband Bob are from our Northeast region. Coming into class, Linda admits she was nervous as to what to expect. I could sense Linda's anxiety, but as she and Omari worked together more and more, her confidence and handling really came together. As an instructor, Linda is the type of student I love to work with. Through hard work and patience, I absolutely love to watch the transition that comes as dog and handler become in sync. Linda says she has a favorite quote that goes like this: "Home is where your story begins." She says that we made her feel like she was at home during class, and her story now begins with Omari. Omari will be alerting Linda to sounds in her environment, which includes the sounds of a baby crying, as she will become a grandmother in just a few months. Omari was started by volunteer puppy raiser D. Lyons and family of Eagle River, Alaska. And I know they're watching. Hi. And finished by volunteer puppy raiser Lee Beaton of St. Augustine, Florida. Dee's daughter Caitlin is here to present Omari today. Last but not least, come on up, Kate. Kate is also from our Northeast region, and she traveled with her wife Hillary to attend class. Kate is profoundly deaf and is a straight ASL user. She has the best sense of humor, and she is truly the fastest finger speller this side of the Mississippi River. Yeah. As most of you who are familiar with Canine Companions of Independence know, our command sequence is based on verbal commands. Knowing that Kate would be coming to class and not able to verbally communicate with her dog presented me with a new challenge to training. Luckily, her new companion is smart as a whip and picked up on all the hand signals during training quickly, which has made the transition from me to Kate as smooth as possible. Kate has been placed with Meacham, whose ears may be small, but they are powerfully aware of her surroundings. Meacham was raised by volunteer puppy raisers Valley and Steve Wellhalter of Ponce Inlet, Florida, and Steve is here to present her today. Yeah. It is my pleasure to introduce the Hearing Dog graduating class of August 2019. And please enjoy a look back at our last 2 weeks of class in this video created by Jonas Key of Capture It Visuals.
Good boy, yes. What? Yes, good boy.
Yes, good boy. Good morning. I'm Robin Sanchez. Can you hear me? And I'm honored to be here today representing the Southeast Region and National Volunteer Board of Directors. I want to offer my personal congratulations to the August Hearing Dog Team Training graduating class. I know that we will all enjoy watching your bond develop over the years with your new hearing dog. Your hearing dog will change your world. I know that because I was in this room just 3 months ago with Elroy, the dog I had raised for Canine Companions, who was matched as a hearing dog with a young woman named Lauren. With Elroy by her side at all times, Lauren, a college student at the University of Tennessee, never has to worry about missing an alarm clock, a phone call, the kitchen timer, and most important, the smoke alarm or a fire alarm. Recently, he alerted her to a police siren long before the car passed her. And Elroy is kind of a celebrity now, having gained national attention for his service. He and Lauren graced the cover of Parade magazine for a story on how he has changed her life. I am so proud of Elroy, but I am more proud of what this organization does. Uniting people with expertly trained dogs in a powerful program that leads to greater independence and confidence. And all of its services are provided free of charge. I want to thank the wonderful staff at the Southeast Region who work tirelessly to make miracles happen. Then we have our donors who, through their generous gifts, give us the opportunity to provide these dogs free of charge. And to all of our volunteers, from puppy raisers to local chapter members, to those who plan our special events, to the dog walkers, office volunteers, you all give so generously of your time to make a difference in someone else's life, and you touch so many at Canine Companions. Our region is truly surrounded by great people. Everyone is always there to make it possible for us to continue to provide exceptional dogs for exceptional people. Please accept my sincere thanks for your dedication towards this incredible mission. I am so happy that you all could join us today to experience the joy and unconditional love that only these dogs can provide. If there is something about today that touched your heart and you feel like you want to get involved with this great organization, please reach out to us. There are many ways to help. Now, please stay and meet the newest members of our family. There will be tours provided of our campus by volunteer puppy raiser Marty Fisher. Usually we start them around 11:30, and please enjoy the refreshments provided by the Central Florida Volunteer Chapter. Thank you for being part of this special ceremony today.
Release.
Thank you for being a friend.